hearing with real estate agents how to grill loan officers, this setting expectations, there's maybe...
And we all know rate is important, right? Because that is a part of the calculation, but is that the only thing? So, hey everybody, Sean here. Welcome to the Rise by Renown Podcast. I am Sean, your host, and I am here with our founder, owner, Justice Roberts. Justice, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Another great week. We've had some sunshine. Spring is in the air, and it seems like, summer's around the corner. We're in a buyer's market. Things are, moving in the right direction. Things are looking up.
Weather-wise, things are looking beautiful around here. Mariners-wise, things are looking less than beautiful around here. But that's okay. We digress. We'll stay into the positive. We'll stay to the weather. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So hey, listen. This week, I thought we would talk about something a little bit different because we've been talking about the pressure of the buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines and then the rates. And if you want to know kind of our conversation about the rates, check out our podcast from the last few weeks. A lot of really great information about what, has been triggering the ups and the downs. And a lot of it we know, but there are also some of the nuances, and we talked about that. So check those out. But this week we want to talk about the fact that now there are people that are coming off of the sidelines, and that pressure starts to build up in them to again, to be like, okay, is this the house? Is this not the house? And I know one of the things that you do really, really well is coaching people through the process of buying that home. And so what is it like when you're coaching someone who is looking to make, again, what I always say, the largest financial purchase possibly of most people's lives? How is it that you coach them through that so that they stay in that pocket of making a great decision when it comes to buying a home?
Yeah, I mean, being a coach, I think, starts with just asking a lot of questions. Good coaches ask good questions, and they cause you to really think and actually determine what actually matters to you. Like, my job as a coach is not to influence like what decision you make, but actually help you to make a good decision by your own, like realizing that you can actually make a good decision if you're going to be honest with yourself, if you're going to be thinking through things that actually matter for your family. So from a financial perspective, definitely that's, understanding budget perspectives and understanding, long-term goals financially. From a real estate perspective, I think it's actually understanding what the house actually means to you and your family. What problem is this actually solving for you? What reality does your family, like what picture are we trying to paint here? And sometimes, like I would say from an emotional perspective, if you're stepping into it and it's like you're out, you got pre-approved, now you're out looking at houses and you're diving in, you could be focusing a little bit more on the final touches of the house versus maybe the neighborhood or the location. And you may compromise on things that are really important to you and your family and your overall lifestyle and what you're hoping to accomplish for, what color are the cabinets or, but ultimately at the end of the day, like I will say this. Buying a home is an emotional experience, and I'm not going to take that away from you.
Absolutely.
There's nothing I could do if I wanted to. Like, you're going to put your whole heart and soul into this. This is you are going to be emotionally attached. So like, there's no getting away from that. But I think that there is something powerful about you getting clear on what it is that you want and knowing why you want what you want. And if you can get clear on that, I think you can make better decisions.
Yeah. I think long gone are the days, and it was the pressure that was mounting. There were so many buyers, so few homes. People were skipping inspections and skipping major steps in the process that I've heard horror stories. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Horror stories that they wish they wouldn't have done that. Things they found after the fact that. But being able to slow down, and especially even though this market, you start to see more buyers that are coming in, what will that do when it comes to your offer? Are you going to be competing? Slowing down and saying, okay, but I want to make sure that I'm not overstepping what's important to me and what's important to the long-term decision. So I think that's really, really great. How do you advise families to kind of stay excited, keep that emotion, because we don't want to take that away? This is absolutely amazing. This is one of the greatest things you'll ever do, but also slow down at the exact same time. How do you help them navigate that?
It's a simple thing, and I'm not hopefully not stepping on agents' toes, because really, like I wouldn't want to abdicate like that. This is their role in a transaction and showing homes and knowing how to spot a right house. But I think one of the main things that as is slow it down enough to get an inspection and to kind of detach yourself from that, understand what's actually going on in the house. it may look really pretty on the outside. What's going on with the bones of the house? What's going on in
Right.
those other types of things, which
Right.
can impact you financially?
Yeah.
I'd say that that's definitely one piece of it. At the same time, is it's like, again, I'll go back to just being clear on what it is that you're actually looking
Yeah.
for long term. Like, not what solves a problem for you today, but like what does this look like for the next 3 years, the next five
Totally.
years, the next 10 years?
Totally.
And if you can see yourself and your family, obviously nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know exactly what the future fully holds for us. But at the same time, I think that we can be pretty mindful about making decisions today that set our future self up for success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is just what came to me. I can't say enough about having a great inspector. And I know I know some agents that are like, oh, they won't use certain inspectors because they take too long. And I know I've had those inspectors that are just they're inspectors that are just, they do a good job. So I'm not, they do a great job. But there are some inspectors that I've encountered that are just thorough. I mean, we are talking thorough. They are where someone might be in and out in 3 hours, they are there for 5 hours, and they're going to find every nook and cranny. And, for a real estate agent who's sitting in the car going, okay, come on, when is this going to be over? The client is thrilled because they know everything they need to know now about the home that they're about ready to move into. And so it really does reduce the potential surprises. You can never reduce 100% of the surprises, but it really does reduce a lot of the surprises so that you can be confident in this home. So, yeah, no, I think great input, great stuff. Hey, if you're looking for amazing advice and coaching through this journey and you're considering getting ready to jump into buying a home, or someone who's going to buy a home, or you've been sitting on the sidelines, please don't hesitate. Reach out. That is why we are here. Set yourself up with a coaching consultation with Coach Justice. He'll be here to walk you through every single part of this process. And for everyone else who's just enjoying the information, like, share, subscribe, all the good things. For now, I'm Sean. For Justice, we will see you all next week.